Here, he just come from, just completed a Capoeira seminar here at the BAM's Kung Fu. We worked together at the event in DC, that's how we met. And you had a chance to see the martial mix, to see what we're trying to do with this whole blending of urban, Kung Fu, and just our expression to try to help the youth. What do you think about that?
It looks awesome. I love the idea. You have all my support. I think Capoeira has a lot of rhythm and it definitely match with all these rhythms. Capoeira can, when you have rhythm in Capoeira, you can mix it with all kind of rhythms.
Okay.
This is, for me, it's just rhythm, and
right.
You can actually, you can do some flips, some kicks, some martial arts with that rhythm, and it's not necessarily needs to be Capoeira, it's just expression, and you can blend with other movements, even hip-hop, even breakdance, or other martial arts. You know, for me, that's me.
Right, okay. Do you think rhythm, because I believe, like you were saying, that was awesome when you said rhythm is how life exists.
Exactly.
I mean, if you have no rhythm, you die. Exactly. So even when we walk, we gotta walk in rhythm.
Exactly.
In the street, you know, you cool when you can walk and you can move with rhythm.
Exactly.
So when you take that and you put it in fighting, the person that can use the rhythm and break the rhythm basically controls the whole fight.
Completely. I completely agree. I mean, when you have the rhythm, you have rhythm, and you have good technique, of course.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
One master of Capoeira, he said, time and distance. And if you have the perfect time and the perfect distance for your opponent, you're going to win.
Right.
Technique.
Right.
And that's rhythm too.
Right.
The perfect time, the perfect rhythm.
Right.
You know, perfect distance for do the thing. So where and what moment are you going to attack?
Right.
So that's complete rhythm. If you practice a lot, how you control your rhythm and how you adapt it to your opponent,
right.
You're going to have success.
Right,
definitely.
right.
Yeah.
And would you, because like now, with the success of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, with the mixed martial arts, with all these different things, and when I think of coming up in the inner city, and you coming from Brazil, you done probably seen so much violence. Yeah. And I know I done seen so much violence from coming up in the city. So kind of like what you try to do is go away from the violence. And I think the rhythm, when you have rhythm and you can express that rhythm through the way you talk, through the way you write, through the way you sleep, through the way you eat,
yeah.
through the way you love,
exactly.
You don't have to fight.
Exactly.
You have a level of ultimate peace where you can just exist and you can control and prevent a fight just from the way we grammatically speak and talk. Would you agree?
I completely agree. And that's the idea, exactly. I mean, you see, you can have different kind of rhythms in different times of your life or your day.
Yeah.
This depends on how you feel, and different person have different, rhythms too. And for me, it's very important. Capoeira is the soul, the music is soul. So music is music. Right. While you practice, music is for us is the soul.
Right.
The soul of food of our soul. You know.
That's what we say in martial mix. We say it's the soul for the whole. I believe that right now in the state of American martial arts, because everybody's so robotic, they done lost the soul. Therefore, when they punch and they move, they become stagnated. And people die young because they have stagnation. When we can drop the soul, the spirit, just like how we talking right now, when you can put that back into the art, people can live long. We won't be as much violent because we will be more in peace and in tune to what's going on.
Because you're happy. You feel happy and you express that, you know?
Right.
You feel happy when you're...
Right.
And that's the secret of Brazilian people too. They live in favelas, very poor, with a lot of drugs, delinquents, similar than here sometimes.
Right.
But they have the carnaval, they have the samba music. So with the music, you're still happy. You just enjoy it, you know.
Right.
So
I'm laughing because when they talk about slavery, they say the people that in America, when the slaves were captive, they didn't understand why they were playing the violin. They would take whatever you would give them and they would eat it. I mean, people in the ghetto didn't know that they were poor until somebody told them they were poor. Because they were happy. They just made the best of whatever they had. And that's basically what hip hop is. It's just taking whatever you got. If I got holes in my shoes, I'm going to rap about it, I'm going to sing about it, I'm going to move about it. Is that?
Exactly. I mean, for example, in Cuba, the Spanish people take out of the African instruments. All to slaves, they say, you're not going to play any instruments. Right. So what they do, they cut the bamboo. They cut bamboo and they create the bongo.
Oh, man, yeah.
So,
yeah.
it's like, no
right.
way, dude.
Right.
And even in Brazil, capoeira was forbidden. Capoeira by law. Then they say, okay, like, I'm telling you, only like 60 years ago, not like 400 years, 60 years. American history is very similar to Brazilian history, right. You know? Right. And they say, you're a master of capoeira, but you can do it, but you can teach. You're not going to pass to the next generations. So capoeira is with you, and it's going to die with you. You know? I'm telling you, on 70 years, 80 years ago. And when it started to change, and with Mr. Pastiña and Mr. Bimba, and that was in 1932, when Mr. gave a performance
okay.
for the president. And
okay.
The president of Brazil said, oh, this is a Brazilian folklore. This belongs to us, to Brazil and to the people, to African and Brazilian people, but
right.
for Brazil too, you know?
Right.
So we're going to start to put value to this. And after that, capoeira was like, you know, more accepted. You know? Even today is like, you know, but more accepted. Before that, capoeira was like associated to a bad things, you know? Yeah. So it's still with a lot of, and you know, and it's funny because I need to tell that I'm not Brazilian, I'm Chilean. I am from Chile,
okay.
But I live in Brazil. Chile and Brazil are very close. I'm not closer to America. I'm South America.
Right.
And I live Chile has the same similar problems than Brazil. Delinquencies, corruption, drugs.
Right.
And you know, so for me, when I went to Brazil and I still living there, for me it's like, you know, capoeira is my life. I don't know capoeira. I was born practicing capoeira, but when I knew capoeira when I was 17 years old, and I never started to practice. Never started to. I never left. Left.
Right. I understand.
I never stopped. I saw capoeira. I say, okay, I want to do this for my life.
Right.
You know, and before capoeira in Chile, in South America, I used to practice a lot of hip hop. I was little, and I used to practice break dance, you know. And I told him, you don't know how they influence that the United States have the influence in South America and even in Africa and all the countries that the music. What is export the United States? Music too. You know, music is everybody knows. Erwin on Fire in South America. Everybody knows Bob Marley. Bob Marley's from Jamaica, but everybody knows this, you know. So everybody knows Tupac, you know. Yeah. So that means like, you know, and the idea is like, as a South American, start to mix with this, you know, mix. I think everybody knows now Shakira, for giving an example, you know. So that's the idea, mix. I like mix. I like mix and reciprocal influence, and because when you mix, it start to burn new things and new interesting things, really interesting things.
Well, and that's what's awesome, because that's the fusion. That's, I mean, poverty, struggle, drugs, violence is all over the world. And then, like he's saying, until we find a dramatic way to blend together, just like the energy that we have right here to bring about change, nothing's gonna change. And that's what we're doing with the martial mix. We're just taking, because I got into martial arts with no instructor. I had to learn from the movies. And then once I got skilled, I got instructions. But I think when you take away the creativity and the natural rhythm, you have robots. I want to bring back the creativity and the natural rhythm so you can smile and be happy and can't nobody control you.
Exactly.
You can just be free, you know what I'm saying?
Totally agree. The last thing I would like to say, in Chile, in South America, in Brazil, and that's my goal too, is how to take the kids and the teenagers out of the gangs and out of the drugs. And I think martial arts, and I think I'm doing a really good job with this. You see, like martial arts, you need to be healthy in good shape. And you know, and this is going to take out the drugs. And you're going to see in the school later. My wife teaches in school, and you see kids that have potential lost with the gangs and later with drugs. So I would like to do a program in the future for take out the kids of the drugs, of the gangs, the violence of the cities, you know. And capoeira can help, kung fu can help, and these kind of things can help. These are real fight that's affected to our community, you know. And this is our goal too. You know.
That's it, man. You heard it straight from Fuya. Thank you, Mr. Martel.
Thank you.
Thank you.